Alright guys, we're at Animal Auto today, finally to tune Daniel's GR86. Alan at Smokedogg Customs got all the wiring done, so hopefully you know, we'll get to hear it start up, one, and then make sure that it's all running as it should. So stay tuned.
Again, I haven't been with this car for 9 months.
Damn it, Daniel. Damn it, Daniel.
Does the Haltech gauge read out fuel?
That's a good question. Does the Haltech gauge read out fuel, sir? Yeah. It should if it's hooked up.
Okay. Andrew's right now.
Oh, we didn't replace those yet?
No, he's changing the injectors right now down to like 1050s.
Oh, okay.
But the pigtails are different.
Okay.
So he's changing the pigtails right now. And then I think the last step is they're going to check also like spark plug gaps.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll see.
Yeah.
Again, the car's going to be babied between now and SEMA, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
And then once it gets back to SEMA, we just got to do a checklist to click off all of these weird like quirks.
What date is coming back?
So we were just talking about that. Mike is going to look at his schedule. I told Mike this car's flexible.
Yeah.
So we can like, when it rolls out Friday night, if it works, he can bring it back Friday night.
Okay.
Somebody just needs to be on the receiving end of that. So basically, if someone's at the shop Friday night, then we can have this dropped off at the shop Friday night.
Okay.
Otherwise, it might even come back Sunday.
Okay.
So that one's like, I don't need to worry about that. I might even just have them roll it out, just one last car to deal with, you know?
Yeah.
And Saturday, the M4 and the Aston has to stay out there for the photo shoot.
Okay. We'll be at Button Willow on that Friday.
Okay.
Thursday and Friday, actually.
Okay. So you're not going to SEMA at all?
This year we're going to do opposite. If we're going to go early. Normally we go Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I would just do away with that vibrant block, you know, and then just plumb it to the intake manifold. The intake manifold is a good plenum. You don't need an artificial plenum. Make sense?
Okay.
So, other than that, that's all I can see as of right now, today. And then obviously check to see if the intake is a restriction or not. EJs sit flat, right? Okay. Or FJs, whatever FAs, they sit flat. So the radiator replacement on this car is never an issue because the cylinder heads are an engine that sits like this. The radiator needs to be, the highest point of the cooling system should be the radiator top head, right? But because you don't, and that's fine, V-mount it and all that stuff is doable, but you need to have an expansion tank, a swirl pot.
Yeah, I know when they were bleeding the cooling system, K-Power helped to just raise this front end up, you know what I mean? To try
But that's a Band-Aid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's not a solution, that's just a...
If it's so bad that it won't bleed because of that, then yeah, you need to burp it, and the only way to burp it is to pitch it up high or to fill it up with one hose open until it spits out and then connect it. It's usually a pain, but something you can do.
I think with Haltech, you can
popped off.
So, what are we not holding?
Yeah, but these are okay usually, but... Oh. Hold this. And it's not even work for the top. So we have to use the bottom clamp on the bottom, top on the top.
Pounds.
It won't hold 7, yeah, and if you move the pipe, it seals and it lets go, and it's just gonna pop off from dyno. Pop off good. We can always straight coupler it, silicone coupler it, but there's not much material to grab from, you know? Not really. You cock it all, and there it goes, you know what I mean? So, see if they have an O-ring that's a little thicker than this. There's an aisle that's literally just O-rings.
So we're finding a few things that are still loose. Luckily we remembered that we told Daniel to tell him to fill the trans. A couple weeks ago, we just wanted to make sure. I guess there wasn't time to fill the trans, so now before we do the run, we're gonna have to fill the trans with fluid. That would have sucked if we missed that. Right now we're also just, Andrew wants to do a boost test to make sure there's no boost leaks before we start. That way, whatever he's tuning is already good to go. He's not dealing with any leaks or any issues. But yeah, just fixing the small little hand tight stuff and making sure everything is good before we get started. Can't even get out of the car in peace. Leave me alone. Hi guys, Anthony from Stu Summer. We're here with Daniel Song's GR86, the K-swap. Yesterday we ran into a few issues on the dyno, just wiring, wastegate spring, overboosting, fuel issues. But yeah, we're back day 2. Hopefully we'll get some good runs in today and actually make some real power. And then yeah, that's it. Here we are. You gonna make some power? The 91 is good to go? Or pump?
Yeah, I mean, there was some other issues, but I'm going to work it out with the wastegate spring, so we might as well get the boost sorted out. We ironed out a bunch of stuff. We actually need to get some nice hardware in that thing, by the way.
Yeah, that's just tough because like we were saying, like we were supposed to get the car back before we go take it to whoever was going to tune it, but then he was like, you know, with timing and everything.
No worries. Honestly, I like problem solving. Like, I like things that keep me on my toes. Definitely, like, we bit off a lot more than we expected to chew for one dyno session. Yeah, we'll manage. You know, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was just a fuel pressure regulator. We didn't actually have to go into the gas tank.
That's weird how it was decreasing pressure.
I mean, there was something wrong. So your first instinct is to think there's something wrong with the fuel pump. From there, you would check the regulator. And then I had another regulator. We tossed it in there, and we got the utmost control from that point on.
Sweet. It's funny you guys, this car had that issue because we're having the same issue on our Supra. So
I mean, every problem is different. Yeah. You know, sometimes it's the wiring to the pump. So it could be a couple cases, but
for sure.
Let me check the ambient temperature in the room. It feels like a solid 85. It's kind of warm today. It's pretty humid. So we'll see what we can make out of it. And,
for sure.
And we'll get going.
Did Daniel tell you we're competing in? Well, I don't know about competing because I mean, how much power was it putting down on the pump?
Well, we didn't really max it out. I was only making we only had 6 pounds of boost in it yesterday, so it was like really lazy because the wastegate spring was small, and we're trying to sort out all that. But it seems like we got it all working. We'll find out today. This is still on pump, so
nice. We'll
have some more passes, and then we'll probably end pump around 350. Okay. And then switch over to ethanol and keep it around 450
or something. Okay.
Max.
Yeah.
The turbo is kind of small, so I got to take it easy on the shaft speed. I wish I had a turbo speed sensor, to be honest with you. It still looks like it's a pretty healthy engine. It makes a ton of vacuum. Yeah. Drivability seems really well. Starts up pretty good. Actually, I don't know. It's a cold start. Should we find out?
Yeah. Let's try it out.
Sweet.
Goddamn!
overboosting, so we're changing the spring back to another lighter spring, but not as light as the first one. So we're hitting around 20 psi. We're not supposed to be hitting 20 psi. So we're going back. And this turbo's like currently 200 fucking degrees and it burns my hands.
Yeah, go ahead and open that file and go ahead and get in your computer. Alright, so open the software here.
The weight.
Nope. Huh?
What about the weight though?
Well, I want to make sure it fits first. It fits, but it's small.
Where's the one that fit?
I really wish it would just take 20 pounds. I'd just throw ethanol in it and we would have like sent it, you know?
Yeah.
But the jittering and like the whole car like jumping back and forth is for sure the clutch is not. Oh, you could try to play with the adjustment, but it felt pretty good, to be honest with you. Like usually if the clutch, the adjustment's bad, like the pedal grab's ultra high or like crazy low. Mostly crazy low, to be honest with you. Got all the bugs worked out of the engine, a lot of loose ends here, but that's expected with like, you know, a new build teething issue, especially when you're like on a time crunch with SEMA and all that. October's always like that.
Especially when we've got multiple shops helping out with the build, so but it's got to get all on the same page now.
But it's good we all could come together and like we all have the same common goal here, so to build badass stuff and have things that work. So data's looking good, engine's looking well, the clutch is definitely slipping. So when we give it some jam, the dyno just starts to jerk and it just won't take any power. So,
but what's really dope is that you put the two-step in it already.
Yeah, actually, you want to play with that a little bit? We could chat about it just so I can show you guys how it works. I mean, I was trying to put some sauce into the two-step, and then we had that one more loose end, which is the oil drain started to leak on it. But I'm glad we caught it. And
literally a loose end.
The ECU has fail-safes and engine protection that, like, if the oil pressure does drop a certain, it will shut the engine off. The same thing with the coolant temperature, the boost pressure, all that stuff. How you're gonna operate the two-step, right? There's two different styles. There's launch control and then there's rolling anti-lag. Rolling anti-lag would be like at any given speed, at any given throttle point, I hit the button and it's gonna hold that RPM. So when you hit that button, you would just start to dig into the throttle and it starts to build more boost. Let go of the button and you take off. So that's good for roll racing, you know, stuff like that. Or at any given point you want to hit that button, you have a 2-step.
Yeah.
The third button, right, would be actually launch control. That's going to be, it's going to hold a certain RPM point and you floor it.
Yeah.
When the wheel speed starts to move, then it lets go and you're off to the races.
So is it a preset RPM or hold an RPM?
It's a preset RPM.
Oh, okay.
Launch control will be a preset RPM.
Okay.
You pretty much just want to avoid melting the tires off on a launch.
Yeah.
So you set it at a point where you have a little bit of push, but not enough like power behind you to burn the tires off.
Got it.
So
and then we'll have the ability to set the RPM.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Sweet.
Correct. You can also like set the boost pressure that you want to take off with the launch control.
Oh, sick.
So say that actually it's like you have enough traction and you need more power.
Yeah.
Then we start ramping the boost and at launch.
Got it.
And you take off.
Okay.
So go ahead and hit the third button right there. That one I want to say.
That's launch.
That's launch control.
Yeah.
Hit the button again to turn it off. So it's at whenever you hold it, it's gonna pretty much hold that spot. So hold 2,000 RPMs. Hit the button. Lower it. Okay. You get the concept. There you go.
Sick. All right, guys. So we're gonna get Mike Porter. He's gonna swing by, pick up the car here in Corona, and then bring it to the shop tonight. And then we're gonna see about what's going on with the clutch. So right now the car's making less than 300 foot-pounds of torque. So there's no reason that this clutch should be slipping. There may be some theories out there. So yeah, comment down below if you guys believe in clutch break-in or if you think clutches don't ever need to be broken in, because obviously right now this is the first time the clutch has seen any sort of pressure or friction. So we're not sure if it's because of break-in, but again, this clutch is rated to hold more torque than that. So we're gonna open it up, make sure everything's okay, nothing's falling apart, make sure everything's installed well, and then come back and hopefully turn up the boost on this thing. So stay tuned. Thank you so much.
No worries. I'll see you around, dude.
I'll give you a call. We got some other shit probably.
See you guys around.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.